Insomnia, inability to sleep, the constant limbo between consciousness and unconsciousness. A very big part of insomnia is restlessness and stress. Our example will be a teenager with attention deficit and anxiety. His medication is of a very high dose, and attention deficit medications like Vyvanse and Adderall are stimulants, meaning they wake you up. He's suffered sleep loss and insomnia in the past and has learned to live with it. We'll be testing him with a stimulant and a depressant and seeing how it affects his psyche. For the first test, we had him stay up from 6 a.m. until 12 a.m. Subject's vitals were normal and he was focusing on drawing. The depressant used in this experiment is 80 proof brandy. Subject drinks lightly. And the stimulant, 50 mg Vyvanse. Completely normal stuff. Subject takes both together at 12:03. 12:49 a.m. Subject reports a little dizziness, alcohol taking effect. 1:32. Subject's drawings become more mundane. Speech slurs. 2:14. Subject reports mild fatigue. 4:27. Subject notes time, decides to try sleeping. 4:42. Subject having trouble getting to sleep, shifting constantly. 4:58. Subject complaining of stomach pain, getting frustrated with lack of sleep, reports migraines. 6:22. Sunrise. Subject reports dizziness, decline in motor skills. Subject getting verbally aggressive. 8 a.m. Vitals somewhat erratic. Subject given another pill, 50 mg Vyvanse. 9:22. Subject reports second wind, showers, does mild exercise, gets dressed. 10:14. Subject gets on computer. 10:23. Subject reports increase in migraines, gets off computer, closes eyes, rubs forehead. 10:37. Subject visibly unnerved, gets angrier. 10:44. Subject begins shaking uncontrollably and paces around the room. 11:03. Subject stops pacing, sits down. Subject appears relatively calm. 11:08. Subject begins babbling incoherently and rubbing hands together. 11:26. Subject is quiet. He gets back on computer. 11:31. Subject gets off computer again, reporting the same increase in migraines. 11:47. Subject tries to sleep again. Subject cannot sleep. 11:53. Subject begins to weep. Weeping turns to sobbing. Attempts at consolation met with lashing out. 12 p.m. Subject tested for vitals, given another pill. Subject had to be restrained for the test, vitals very erratic. 12:14. Subject will not open eyes. He is breathing and conscious but says, quote, "If I close my eyes, they go away. I'm not opening them." Several attempts to make him open his eyes were rejected by the subject, who responded with hostility. 12:36. Subject begins sobbing again. Subject opens his eyes and immediately vomits on the floor. He pauses, stops crying, and drops to his knees, attempting to eat his own sick and smearing it on his hands. Restraint attempts met with shouting and further hostility. We retreated. 12:42. Subject took off all clothing and vomited again. Subject begins smearing vomit on the cell walls, his chest, arms, and reproductive organs. 12:44. Subject begins quietly touching himself covered in vomit. Our stronger stomach coworkers rush in and manage to restrain him. We attempt to knock him unconscious, but the subject has been given too many stimulants. 12:57. Subject's wrist and ankles are cuffed to an examination table. Subject begins screaming. 1400. Subject given another pill, 2 of us had to hold his jaw open to get him to take it. 14:45. Vitals are checked. Subject's heart is beating rapidly and he's shaking. His vocal cords are beginning to give out. Subject is given an EEG. 1500. Readings show nothing but beta waves. Subject is near mental physical overload. Subject is given another pill. 1506. Subject thrashing violently against his restraints. Subject clenches his jaw tightly and his gums begin to bleed. Subject starts screaming again and his vocal folds finally crack and break. 1515. Subject opens his eyes. Subject is perfectly still and his jaws are relaxed. No sign of pulse. 1630. Official report mailed to head of office. Subject 917-95 confirmed dead. Send in the next one.